And Tom has got something to say about the Flash. The Flash budget has been revealed. I'm sure you'll love to jump in on this one. I don't know if you've seen this, but yeah, the Flash. We've been saying this for a very long time. Tom especially has been saying this, and I still think they're undershooting it. But this is an article on The Hollywood Reporter. And it says, just as much as a part of the narrative of this summer's release are the surprising misses, such as a recent rough stretch for DC Studios titles that include the audience rejection of the Ezra Miller starring The Flash, which collected these sweet numbers. Just $268 million at the global box office against a $300 million production budget, impacting toy sales for the project. When you look at the Flash toys, the character from the movie that outsold everything else was Batman and the Batmobile, says Jordan Hembrough.
It's funny because they never even drive it in the movie. Yeah,
I know. And because its people have this connection to Michael Keaton and his portrayal of the 1989 Batman. Flash books are down.
Surprise.
Anything related to the film is kind of dropping. So that, I mean, look, we've got a lot to say here. $300 million budget. I still think they're undershooting it.
Yeah.
I actually think it's probably going to be a little bit more.
I don't think they're counting in a lot of the reshoots. Yeah.
Yeah. About $350 million. This has lost over $300 million. Easy. What do we think? Come on, Tom. You wanted to talk about this? Come on.
Oh, well. Like I said, I mean, they can be celebrating over Barbie right now, but whatever they gain in Barbie, they're losing in the Flash. I mean, this thing was a disaster from beginning to end. I hate poking or kicking somebody when they're down, but I mean, that's kind of what it is here with this thing. I mean, you knew you had a stinker on your hands. Why you kept throwing good money after bad is beyond me. Why you even bothered trying to do anything with people knew what you're up to. I'm not surprised. All this is not surprising at all. We all knew the only thing that was selling was the Batman toys.
I know.
And you got a movie where you don't even have him driving the Batmobile in it. So yeah, the most popular things people were buying aren't even really technically in the movie. And you killed Batman 3 times in the movie. I mean,
well, spoilers, Tom, for a film no one cares about.
Oh, no one cares. It's been out on streaming now for like a month. Who cares? If you ain't seen this piece of shit, you ain't in that big of a hurry. Like, that's the way it is with this thing. I think it's kind of karma biting them in the ass, because as much as I've been championing, a refurbishing or rebooting of the DC universe, I think they jumped the James Gunn by announcing it too soon that he was going to do that.
Massively.
I know a big part of it was mostly because of them trying to kill Snyder bros from continuing to bombard them with shit. But all they really had to do was wait for something else, because now that they've seen this new trailer that dropped today, they're going to turn from Warner Brothers to Lucasfilm and go, why did you hire Zack Snyder? So maybe they'll get a break for a while, which to me is kind of funny. It's like, you guys, it's one of two things, right? Kathleen Kennedy turned it down because she knew what kind of baggage Zack Snyder had with him, A, or B, that it was just that fucking bad. And when I say that, I really think it might be just that bad, because he was talking about this non-binary character in it being a big part of it. So it's not like they didn't hit all the check marks that Star Wars requires. It has a lead female lead in it. So it's not like that isn't a check mark. But yeah, that's another story here. But my point is, at this point, I think they should have just waited till Aquaman was out, then announced that we are rebooting.
Yeah.
Getting people ready for that, considering that's why it's not going to be another year and a half, 2 years before you see another DC film. I mean, it's a disaster.
7 flops in a row.
Honestly, they shouldn't have released Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is the one they should have just written off at this point, too, on top of it all. I don't know.
Put it back on streaming.
These are the numbers. Look at this. These are the numbers. Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, $201 million. Wonder Woman, 166. The Suicide Squad, 167. And they hired that guy as the CEO of DC. Black Adam, $391 million. Shazam, $132 million. The Flash, 268. And then Blue Beetle, $43.4 million and counting. Goodness me. But the funny thing here, just to add to your sort of comments there, Tom, the funny thing about this is that everything to do with the Flash is dropping. Like, books are down for the Flash. It's almost Excuse me, my coffee's repeating on me. It's almost as if that's really gross. Sorry, guys. It's almost as if the movie has actually put people off more to do, anything to do with the Flash. Like it's actively it's repulsed people away. They're like, oh no, go away, because this actually drops. Things have dropped, like toys, no toys, nothing. It's crazy. Comic book sales are down, everything.
But it's getting you guys are you're overblowing this, right? I mean, so there's just a series of films they didn't do.
It's lost $300 million.
I'm trying. Yeah. I can't even put my shill pants on. I can't get get them over one leg. What I'm trying
Gandalf, you must be smoking that crack pipe or something. What's going on?
There you go. Okay, look. There's one film left to rescue the Snyderverse, right? We're coming up on it. Can't wait for it. Aquaman 2.
Oh yeah, you just can't wait to look at that man in lycra. That's what it is.
I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna tell you. I'm seeing movies. I'm seeing Blue Beetle. I've seen that.
You've seen more movies than I have recently. I've been really slag.
I'm gonna try to pair up Gran Turismo and Last Voyage of the Demeter this weekend. So I'm gonna get.
Yeah, well, I can't watch that. It's now.
Yeah, Thursday.
Anyway,
Thursday. So Thursday's a big day because I'm gonna go see Flash. Okay, all right. Flash sucks. We knew it was gonna suck. We knew it was gonna lose a ton of money. I think they're lying still. I think
they are. I think me and Tom both agree with that. 350 easy. It's got to be 350.
Higher than that.
More.
Oh yeah.
What's the guess then?
They reshot things, Tom. I
was told that it cost more than Justice League, which Justice League was their most expensive production of all time at like $300 and some million.
Yeah, I think it's approaching $400 million. I think it is. I think it's more likely.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like $382 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Like this even 300 doesn't compute.
Doesn't resonate. Yeah, it can't. The amount of money they spent on this, the amount of things that they had to shoot, reshoot, rework, change. I mean, it's nuts. And then they brought in a bunch of people for cameos, and then they didn't use the cameos, and they shot different cameos. It was bad.
I pay everyone for all of that. Oh goodness, man.
What I wish, and this is just me, but what I wish is that they would have just got rid of Ezra and made a new Flash. I mean, it would have cost them less.
Yeah,
it would cost them less.
Well, speaking of Ezra, right? That's the funny thing about this. Over $300 million they bet on Ezra Miller.
I know.
What insane thought process they must have had to think that was a wise choice. Over $300 million they bet on Ezra Miller.
That's crazy.
He's a star, everyone.
Oof.
You can barely string a sentence together.
Wow.
Goodness me.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we predicted this, but maybe we didn't even have it predicted to be this bad. Maybe. I think this could actually be worse than what we thought it would be. And I think there's other films that suffer from that too, which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah. What films? I don't know what you're talking about.
Indiana Jones.
I don't have that as a topic.
No, it wasn't. But I was hoping we could talk about it because that lost more money.
Well, this is something you should probably put in the private chat, isn't it?
I should have. No,
or before we go live.
Yeah, that was a mistake. It was clearly. Anyway, the whole point being is Flash is terrible, and I saw that film, so other people didn't have to, and that's kind of my job now. That's kind of my job now. I think don't you think, Nate? We kind of go and see films, and if they're good, we're like, hey, go, and then if it's like terrible, we're like, no.
Yeah.